My name is Phil Gineo, and I'm a senior systems engineer. I work in the healthcare insurance. I think some of the most valuable things with Endevor, as far as the build process, back before we had Endevor, everyone had their own way of building an application. And with Endevor, it's very, very standardized. So once an application is built one time through Endevor, the next time you go to build the application again, it works exactly the same way. It's very repeatable and very reliable. That's a huge part of it, and it's used for managing source code and executables throughout the entire software lifecycle. Some of the other benefits are the security that goes along with Endevor. The only way that you'd be able to update the output executable in the source code in Endevor would be to go through the product and use the product to do it. You really can't bypass the security and go around the product. So you have a very, very tight source code to executable synchronization. They're linked together. So I can go out to a load library and be able to go back to the source code that made up the executable very, very quickly. So very, very important, and the auditors very much love the product because it really satisfies a lot of the audit requirements that we have at our company. Very, very stable. We just upgraded to release 17 about 6 months ago, and we had zero defects with it from our view with the release of Endevor release 17. Very, very smooth, very reliable. You know, no real issues with it since we installed it. Oh, excellent. We have it architected in our company so we can add applications in or take applications out very, very easily. Very, very scalable. And the performance of it is awesome. We've never really had any performance issues. It works very, very smoothly, throughout the entire process. I know all the technical support people in Framingham that deal with Endevor, and no exaggeration, I put a service call in, and within 5 minutes, I get a call back from CA asking about the problem, and they're requesting a little bit more detail. So very, very timely and very excellent customer support. Let's see, we're currently working on installing Unix system services on ZOS, long name support with Endevor, and we've had some issues with it, primarily just educational types of issues, and they've helped us work through that. So now we're pretty much on our way there. We still have some open items that we're working through, but right now that's internally in our organization. But CA support has provided some really good support in respect to that issue, as well as many, many other ones that we've had in the past. Some of the things we want to look at is expanded Unix system services support within Endevor. And from talking to the product manager, the product owner of Endevor, I know that that's coming up in future versions of Endevor. So they're very, very good at getting information from customers to make sure that they're going in the right direction with future releases of the product. Quite a few years ago, we had like homegrown software configuration management system, and it was very, very difficult to maintain. So we converted over to Endevor years and years ago, actually back in the 90s. And we've been able to make changes to Endevor over the years to be able to keep up with the new technologies being released out in the environment. And we're pretty much current right now. We don't really have any open requirements from our customers. We're able to get the new technologies brought into Endevor very cleanly. So it's really open-ended, so we can plug things in, take things out. I think what we look at, first of all, just to make sure that technically the product is doing what we want it to do, from a paper perspective, the documentation. And then I think being able to engage the vendor, talking through the product in real detail about some real specific cases that we have at our company, and making sure that the vendor could respond to those and we feel comfortable that they'd be able to satisfy our requirements. Going back to when we first brought Endevor in, Endevor was really the only one at that time. It was the first POC that we did, and obviously we brought Endevor in, so we didn't really have to continue looking at other vendors. And that was back, in the early days of Endevor. And over the years, it's gotten much more solid, a lot stronger. We brought Endevor in years ago when it was still maturing, and they still won as far as bringing the product into our company. So obviously, we love the product. It does everything we want it to do, And on the other side, it's not only the administrators of the product that really love the product, but our internal customers like it very much as well. It adds a lot of value to them. So they're not even looking at, let's replace this with something else. There's no need to do that. It satisfies everything we want to do. There's nothing that it can't do as of right now. I'm going to rate it a 10 because I just know it's the best out there in the industry. I've been very much an active member in our user group community over the years, talking to many people. As far as products that in the industry, Endevor is definitely on top. Everyone's a little bit different as far as the way they have it installed at their company, but I think the biggest thing that I hear pretty much out there is the Unix system services support, expanding that support in Endevor. I kind of hear that common theme, and CA knows that, and they're working on delivering that as well. Well, my recommendation would be definitely go with Endevor. They could ask questions, and we'd be able to really define the reason why. And I think a lot of the reasons why are the things that I've been talking about here.